we're going to fit a HuMa regulator to a Goldstar SE. This rifle has been made safe. There are no pellets in it. It's been completely drained down of air. There is no air in it. To get the air out, you can either dry fire it until it's empty, or you can slacken off the pressure gauge to release the air slowly. Once that's been done, you should be able to undo the air cylinder by hand. If not, you may need to use some soft jaws or some pump pliers with some leather or lead around, between the jaws and the cylinder to loosen it off. Unscrew the cylinder, and the cylinder may come off with the regulator, or it may come off with the whole regulator and sleeve, but in this case the regulator was in the air cylinder. So we unscrew the regulator. That's the regulator out the way. Then you get the HuMa regulator. It comes preset to suit your caliber and barrel length. You screw that into the cylinder, making sure that the all the threads are clean and there's no dirt or anything on there, and the O-rings are in good condition. You'll notice that the cylinder can't screw onto the rifle because the sleeve's still on. You need to remove this. Again, you should be able to do it by hand. If not, you could use some soft jaws or pliers with a piece of leather between the jaws and the sleeve. You unscrew this. It can be a little bit tight because the sleeve is basically resting on the breech block, or rubbing on the breech block. Get that off, and then make sure that the O-ring on the firing valve is in good condition. Make sure it's all clean and tidy, and then you can screw the regulator and air cylinder onto the rifle. You'll notice that the air cylinder is now a little bit shorter than it used to be because the HuMa regulator is shorter than the original Goldstar regulator. Screw that up. It only needs to be hand tight. It doesn't need to be gorilla tight, because once there's air in the cylinder, everything will be locked in place. You may need to, or may want to, adjust the position of the fill port once the cylinder's been screwed back on. There is a video on my YouTube channel about servicing the Goldstar fill valve. This also tells you how to adjust the angle of the fill port. Once that's done, fill your rifle to whatever pressure you like, 232 bar, 200 bar, whatever, and then run it over the chrono for a few shots, see what it's doing. If the power is too high or too low, you may need to adjust the power via the hammer spring by removing the cap at the back, which is normally glued on. I do have a video that shows you how to remove this, and also sell a tool to help with that. Once the cap's off, you can then adjust the hammer spring preload with a tool. I sell a tool to help with this. You don't have to use the tool, you can use anything you've got to do this. Once you're happy with it over the chrono, you can then put a drop of something on the